Welcome back to the channel. This is the second episode of the Two Dads Relocate to Portugal series. And in the first episode, we talked about how we got to the decision to relocate to Portugal and some of the things that were weighing on us that drove us to make that decision for our family. And so this is the second episode. It's about a month later. Our goal is to post videos monthly, come hell or high water. And so this is the second video in the series. And we're kind of at the execution phase. We did a lot of planning before things are actually happening. So we've signed with a listing agent to sell the house. And part of that is basically decluttering the house and getting it ready to show. And so we came to this creative idea, I think. Most people have yard sales, but where we live, we couldn't really have a yard sale. So Carl and I had the idea to rent out our church and host an estate sale. So we survived that. That was last weekend. And Carl was the nuts and bolts of that operation. So you want to talk about the estate sale? How did it go?
It went well. Yeah, it was just a lot of work decluttering the house, getting everything that you own out of it, because we're not taking much with us. We don't plan on taking much with us, that is. And lugged it all over to the church. And it went well. We did some advertising, had a sign made. Sean did some listings online, and had a really good turnout. It was really good to get rid of some stuff, actually. Now the house feels a little bit more manageable, and getting it ready for the photographer to get our listing done.
So I have to thank Carl because he did the bulk of the work for the estate sale. How many trips do you think you made from here to the church? Luckily, the church is only a mile away from us.
It's downhill too.
Yeah. So how many trips do you think you made back and forth?
I don't even know. It was probably like 10 or 11 truckfuls of stuff.
Yeah.
And I've still been going every day because now that it's over, we had to clean up after it. And the stuff that didn't sell, we are donating to our church for their rummage sale, which is coming up at the end of June.
Yeah. So
We're still cleaning up from it.
Yeah. So our church has a history of doing rummage sales, and he's a primary fundraiser for the church. So there's already like a lot of awareness in the community, so when they see a sign, people line up. So I can't take the credit for getting the turnout on. I think a lot of folks were primed for a yard sale at the church. But yeah, we did have a really good turnout despite the bad weather.
There was a friends helping. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I asked for help about that much, but yeah, it was great. People from our church.
You're talking about the help. I'm talking
We have a help that we had to the day of the sale and pricing things out beforehand was very helpful.
Yeah, I was talking about the turnout of customers.
Yes.
I thought that was really encouraging because as I pulled in maybe 15 minutes before it started, there was already a line of people waiting to get in, which is typical for the church's yard sales. So that was really good to see that we were getting the same level of interest and participation. I will say that one thing I learned, if you are going to go this route in terms of decluttering and making a move, don't donate anything until after your yard sale or garage sale or estate sale. We kind of made the mistake, and hindsight's 2020, but we basically emptied our closets and donated all clothes prior to the move. And what surprised me was how many messages I was getting saying, will there be clothes for sale at the estate sale? And we could have probably made a few extra $100 with the clothes because the clothes we donated were actually pretty nice.
I was surprised about that.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, because I wouldn't think to be buying clothes. But what is it? What do you call clothes you get secondhand?
Yeah.
There's a name for it. It's back in style. I can't remember the name of it.
Vintage.
Vintage. Thank you. Yeah, vintage clothing is
Really old. Vintage clothes.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I had suits that were in my closet for 20 years that I just don't wear. I still fit in them almost. But anyway, we just donated, a good couple $100 worth of clothes. And in hindsight, we shouldn't have done it. We should have had that available at the estate sale for folks that were interested.
It was like kids' clothes. I kind of toned down their closets and stuff. I mean, I did give some stuff away to friends and stuff, but
so if we had any advice to give, it would be hold everything. Try to sell it at the estate sale, and after the estate sale is when you start doing your donations. So were there any other kind of lessons learned from the estate sale for you?
Yes, start early. Holy crap. We really didn't give ourselves enough time to empty out the house completely. But I mean,
well, the weather was bad too.
The weather was just really bad. And
it was winter. So, I mean, we've had blizzards and snow and
every weekend it seems like we're getting a couple of inches or feet of snow.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think starting early is the key here.
When you say start early, you mean have an estate sale earlier in the process, or start early getting?
Start early going through the stuff because the decision fatigue is real. I mean, from kids' books to outfits and what do you keep, what do you give away? Yeah, it's a lot. This definitely weighs on you, especially when you still have life taking over basketball games and birthday parties and shopping and food and all sorts of stuff going on. You got to, yeah, it's a lot.
Oh,
So start as soon as possible.
yeah, you hit the nail on the head though. Decision fatigue. That's a real thing. And I find exhausting, what I find challenging is that we've all moved, and when you move, that's stressful enough, but that's kind of a one challenge or one mountain you got to climb. But what we're trying to do here is a couple of different mountains at the same time. And that's what's making it a challenge. For example, I'm retiring. I'm officially retired now. It's my first week. But it took a while to get there mentally. And so I'm kind of in the process of converting from salary to retirement and all the paperwork and all taxation and all the questions that come up with that. Then we're doing the relocation to another country. So there's a visa process there. And we decided to engage some professional help with that, which has already proven to be extremely beneficial for us. But that's a whole process with associated paperwork. We're bringing 2 cats with us. So the entry requirements for the cats is in the whole other process. And everything's got its own timelines, right? So
Like
that's
killing
a
it.
challenge.
I'll declutter a house and hold an estate sale any day.
So the estate sale is basically a part of the selling our house mountain, if you will. We signed with a team of realtors, and they brought a staging consultant in who looked in all the rooms in the house and gave us a gigantic list of things she would change to properly stage the house. So that's really the challenge here. The decision fatigue with trying to basically climb 3 or 4 mountains at the same time. That's really challenging. And it's stressful. I mean, I'm not going to lie. We're happy, but sometimes you just are exhausted.
Yesterday, not so much. It's a lot of changes at once. It's difficult. You have to have grace with yourselves and others at this point. Really, no, you all have the same goal in mind and how you get there. As long as you get there.
Yeah, I will say one thing that surprised me is how receptive our kids have been.
Oh, they're handling it pretty well.
Yeah, and I know I moved quite a bit as a kid, and generally kids will have mixed feelings, or sometimes they just won't want to move and they're very vocal. But our kids are really gung ho. The only thing they're disappointed about is they won't have any summer camp time this year because we are literally flying one way to Portugal the day after the last day of school. One of the other benefits of the relocation company that we hired is basically contacts, right? We're a 2-dad family and we're moving to Porto, and we're trying to get our son into a particular international school there. And talk about needle in a haystack. The person that runs the company we signed with for the visa, she said, oh, one of my other clients is a 2-mom family, and they moved to Porto, and their son is the same age as your son, and he's going to the school that you're trying to get into. So that was really a lucky break for us. So we had a video call with her, and she's a very nice mom, and we're looking forward to getting to meet her over there with her son. It's just one of those things that you don't always know what you're going to get, but in this case, it was a pleasant bonus because we signed for visa help, and we not only got that, but we're also getting help with like social connections, which was really nice. I was very shocked at how perfect it was in terms of the same city, the same school, the same age, and our son, which is really funny. So what else?
Today, we're just re-putting the house back together. We had painters come and fix all the stuff on the walls and get the house ready. And
Oh, yeah. That's right. Not only did we have the estate sale going on, but we had the painters come in. So we've been in this house 10 years. And obviously after 10 years, things get banged up and there are little spots that need repairs and painting and whatnot. So we hired a father and son team to paint most of the inside of the house. They did a great job, I think. The place looks really
clean,
yeah,
fresh,
yeah, it looks
ready to go.
which is really good. So this is filed under getting your house ready to sell. You do have to spend some money to properly market your home, show it, right? So yeah, like you said, the house feels lighter and it feels fresher, which is nice. We still have a lot of stuff, but most of it we need just to show the house.
Yep.
So this is the second video. I figured we'd give you an update on where we're at. We are definitely in the execution phase. Lots of things happening. So the next video is probably going to be after we list the house, I'm guessing. And so we have a lot of stuff that needs to happen before. First, the snow needs to melt, right? Because we want to have the exterior power washed, and they're not going to do that until the snow's gone. So hopefully in the next week or two, we have a spring thaw. And after the exterior is power washed, then we'll have the photographers come in, and then the house will get listed. And yeah, so we'll hopefully have some more updates for you in the next video. Thank you for watching. And Carl, any closing words?
No, you're doing this. Declutter your house. Simple.
Yeah. I mean, I keep telling people in Portugal, it's an American thing where we just accumulate so much stuff that it becomes a burden. Closets are full, garages full, basements full. So Carl's right, though. If you're going to do something like this, then you probably want to start as soon as possible.
This was very therapeutic, going through all your stuff and really getting rid of the things that you really don't need. It actually.
Is it therapeutic or painful?
It was painful. It was absolutely painful. For months it was painful. But now that the stuff isn't here, I didn't miss it. I really don't miss a lot, except that lid for the pot
We got it back.
that we dug back for. Yeah. Other than that, I mean, I really haven't missed anything that's gone. So it actually feels really good. So even if you're not moving to Portugal, decluttering your house and selling the things that you don't need actually is a really good thing.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I know some families do yard sales, and that's a really smart thing to do. I literally have never had a yard sale in my entire life, and I think that it shows, right? You just wind up holding onto your stuff instead of getting rid of it. I'm pretty good about selling things on eBay or Reverb or whatever, and there are things on Facebook Marketplace. So you definitely want to, one way or the other, get rid of the things that you're not in love with or you're not using, because it's just going to serve you in the end later, whether or not you're relocating. So yeah, good point. All right, well, I think that's it for now. We have to get back to work.
Yes.
So thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next one.